Welcome students of Thakur Vidya Mandir High School and Junior College. Students, today we are going to see the further part of e-commerce and e-governance chapter, that is part 3. Let us begin. Forms of e-commerce. Here we'll see some common terms which are similar to e-commerce. First, m-commerce. It stands for mobile commerce. E-commerce is buying and selling of goods and services using generally desktop computer or laptop, whereas mobile commerce is combination of e-commerce plus wireless device such as mobile. Mobile commerce is buying and selling of goods and services through wireless handheld devices such as smartphones and tablets. It allows online shopping using mobile phone, and it can be used anywhere as it's handy and easy to carry. Some applications of m-commerce are mobile banking, ticket booking, e-bill payment, online auctions, stock market trading. For this, it provides various payment options which can be done using mobile application. Social commerce. It is combination of social networking and e-commerce. Social commerce is a form of electronic commerce that involves social media, online media that supports social interaction. Social media means websites and application that enables user to share content, and online media means photos, video and music which are distributed over internet for public access. As people rely on social opinions for buying decision, social commerce connects to the location where customers spend a large part of their time. So it uses networking websites such as Facebook, Instagram and Twitter as vehicles to promote and sell products and services. Success of social commerce is measured by the degree to which consumers interact with the company's marketing through retweets, likes, and shares. When a Facebook user likes and shares the product page, it encourages others users also to buy the product. That is how it increases the company's selling. E-commerce technology. E-commerce is not just buying and selling of goods. It also includes everything from website development to product delivery. E-commerce draws on technologies such as mobile commerce, electronic fund transfer, supply chain management, internet marketing, online transaction processing, EDI, and automated data collection systems. Mobile commerce, we already saw. Electronic fund transfer is online payment. Supply chain management, it covers all activities in flow of goods from manufacturer to customers. Internet marketing, it is used for promoting goods and services through web ads. Inventory management system, it is responsible for keeping track and managing the products and alerts when products are low in the stock. EDI will see in the next topic. And in automated data collection system, data is automatically collected without human interaction. EDI stands for Electronic Data Interchange. It is the electronic interchange of business information using a standardized format. It means EDI is used for only transferring of electronic data between the business partners, and it uses a standard format for data, which means the data should be accepted at national as well as international levels. It is a process which allows one company to send information to another company electronically rather than on paper. Business documents exchange using EDI are purchase orders and invoices. In online shopping, when you search or negotiate the product, there is no exchange. But at the time of purchase order and payment and delivery, there is exchange of data between the business partners. Students, now let us study about e-governance, that is electronic governance. It implements information technology in the government processes and functions so as to cause simple, moral, accountable and transparent governance. It means all the transactions of the government to the public is done electronically here using ICT for the easy access to the government services. Basic purpose of e-governance is to simplify processes for all, that is government, citizens, businesses, etc. at national, state or local levels. For example, Digital India is an campaign started by Government of India to promote e-governance. It provides all citizens a common portal where they can get the services from birth certificate to pension all under one roof. E-governance delivers smart government, S simple, M moral, A accessible, responsible and transparent government. Advantages of e-governance. First, reduce corruption. As there is no interaction with the officers, it reduces corruption. High transparency. As everything is digitalized and government knows your PAN card, Aadhaar card number, etc. It is highly transparent. Increased convenience, as you don't have to stand in long queue to make your passport. It can be done by sitting at home. Direct participation of constituents. There is direct involvement of government and digital PAN card and Aadhaar card can be created. Reduction in overall cost, as everything is digitalized. Expanded reach of government. To open bank account we need PAN card, Aadhaar card, so government can connect to that. Types of e-governance. First type is government to citizen, that is G2C. It is an interaction between government and the citizen. It refers to the government services which enable citizens to get access to wide variety of public services. It helps the ordinary people to reduce the time and cost to conduct a transaction. A citizen can have access to services anytime from anywhere using internet. Many services like license renewal, paying tax, Aadhaar card creation are done using G2C. Second type is government to business, that is G2B. Government to business is the exchange of services between government and business organizations. It offers business services like registering business, renewing licenses, obtaining permits, etc. G2B provides access to the relevant forms needed to comply or submit by the business. It eliminates paperwork and saves time and cost. It also creates transparency between the business and government. Government to government, that is G2G. Government to government refers to the interaction between different government departments, organizations, and agencies. Through this internal communication between government departments are possible. In G2G, government agencies can share the same database using online communication. Here, database is a collection at one place. Government departments can work together through this. G2G services can be at the local level or international level. It provides safe and secure interrelationship between domestic or foreign governments. Government to employee, that is G2E. Government to employee is the internal part of G2G sector. It helps government to interact with its employees. G2E aims to bring employees together and improvise knowledge sharing. G2E also provides online facilities to the employees like applying for leave, reviewing salary payment record, and checking the balance of holiday. G2E sector provides human resource training and development to upgrade the employees' performance. Topics covered in this PPT are forms of e-governance, what is e-governance, its advantages and types of e-governance. In next PPT, we'll see the last part of this chapter. Thank you.